Comelec Commissioner Rowena Guanzon is officially out of the disqualification case against Bongbong Marcos, now that she has retired from the commission. A study shows Vice President Leni Robredo is the biggest victim of disinformation among the presidentiables. The number of registered overseas voters has significantly dropped. Comelec has rejected the request of party list groups to be included on the front page of the ballot. And Hugot Queen Angelica Panganiban leads an advocacy campaign for the upcoming presidential elections. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. 3 Comelec commissioners officially retired yesterday, including Commissioner Rowena Guanzon. And now that she's no longer part of Comelec, her vote to disqualify Marcos Jr. from the May elections is for naught. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro tells us more in this report.
On Wednesday afternoon, the Commission on Elections bade farewell to 3 of their most senior commissioners, while retiring controversial Commissioner Rowena Guanzon bade farewell to her vote. The Commission held a final en banc session and a retirement ceremony for Chairman Sheriff Abbas and Commissioners Antonio Co. Jr. and Guanzon.
Because kung titingnan niyo po, tulad ng sinabi ko, madalang po na makatapos ang isang chairman ng kanyang term.
It's hard to say goodbye to a place that has given me so much fulfillment. Even I was with you only for a short period.
The remaining 4 commissioners were also in attendance, including equally controversial Commissioner Aimee Fidelino, whom Guanzon accuses of deliberately delaying her vote on the disqualification case against Bongbong Marcos, while Guanzon and Fidelino engaged in a word war over the past week. During the ceremony, the 2 were civil, with Fidelino thanking Abbas, Co, and Guanzon for all the lessons they imparted on her.
And I know, even if they are retired, they are just a phone call away. Right, Chair, Pangko, Pambing?
The retiring commissioners were given a flag, a Comelec robe, nameplates, and a painted portrait. But back in the Comelec main office in Intramuros, they were bombarded with 6 fake food deliveries under Guanzon's name. A crewman from a fast food chain delivered an order worth more than 5,000 pesos.
Grabe naman sila mga harassment. Hindi na sila naawa dyan sa mga riders. Sila ang magbabayad niyan. Pag-harassment lang kayo sa akin nandadamay pa kayo ng mga maliliit na mga tao.
Fortunately, an OFW bought the orders instead. In an interview with One Balita Pilipinas earlier that day, Guanzon said she already gave up hope that her vote to disqualify Marcos would be counted in the resolution.
Sa kanya na lang po yan. Hindi na kami makaboto ni Commissioner Casquejo. Halata naman pong ginagawa niya
But Guanzon said this is not the last time we will see of her, as she will campaign for her vote to disqualify Marcos, and she even raised the possibility of filing an impeachment case against Fidelino. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, we are One News.
One law expert says there's nothing wrong with Comelec Commissioner Rowena Guanzon sharing her vote to disqualify Marcos. In an interview with The Big Story, former Integrated Bar of the Philippines President Domingo Cayosa said that the retired commissioner did not break any rules when she released her vote to the public. He added that it's also not wrong for a commissioner to demand the resolution of a case immediately.
If you look at the rules of the Comelec, there's nothing there that really makes it improper or out of procedure for anyone to tell the public what his or her vote. Even before they raffle the case to a commissioner for the writing of the decision, they're supposed to know already the vote of each other.
One study says Vice President Leni Robredo is the biggest victim of disinformation, while former Senator Bongbong Marcos Jr. is the biggest beneficiary of fake news. Speaking at the Senate committee hearing, fact-checking initiative Check.ph said the majority of negative misleading posts are directed towards Robredo. Meanwhile, Marcos Jr. benefits from disinformation, particularly historical inaccuracies in connection with his dictator father. Vice President Leni Robredo says she will assure transparency and good governance if elected president. During the Bakit Ikaw, the presidential interviews organized by DZRH and the Manila Times, Robredo explained that she will do this by ensuring that government officials publicize their SAL-ends and will be subjected to regular lifestyle checks. Within her first 100 days in Malacanang, VP Leni added that she'll also prioritize the health system by making the salary of nurses competitive. Meanwhile, Senator Manny Pacquiao also faced Cito Beltran on agenda, and during the interview, Pacquiao insisted that a leader must be God-fearing and obedient to avoid corruption. The presidential aspirant added that the government must improve the country's revenue to stop our rising debts. The number of registered overseas voters has dropped to about 1.7 million. That is despite extending the registration period for Filipinos working abroad. Comelec Director Sonia Beawi Lozada explained that the low turnout was caused by the deactivation of over 576,000 voter registrations. The official added that due to repatriation efforts, some OFWs have already transferred to local voting precincts. And still, the poll body says the extension of overseas voter registration has helped the number of new overseas voters to reach 485,000.
However, despite this setback, we were able, in the post and also here in the Philippines, marami naman po nakaregister. We registered over 485. Yun lang nga po, hindi niya na-overcome yung 576,000 na deactivate. Due to the pandemic, halos lahat po ng mga opisina nag-implement ng limited or a fixed number of clients coming in to manage the flow of people and also for physical distancing requirements. So that may also play in a factor kung bakit po medyo mababa.
The Commission on Elections has decided to stick with its original ballot-faced layout for the upcoming elections, rejecting requests of party list groups to be included on the front page. Party lists had earlier proposed to be listed on the front of the ballot, noting a low voter turnout for party lists, as some voters are not aware that there's a back page. But the poll body says they cannot grant this request, considering the length of the ballot and the capacity of vote-counting machines. Comelec explained that the ballot size would reach up to 37 inches, compared to the current 30 inches if party list groups are included. Commissioner Marlon Casquejo says the machine may reject the longer ballot.
We go back to option number 2. Unang-una because it is much shorter. In fact, ngayon is only 27, 28, 29 inches. We can have until 30 inches. Mas madaling kainin. And second, to make sure na yung botante natin is alam nila na may likod, we put that in the last page, in the first page at the bottom, na see at the back, tingnan sa likod for the party list. So in such a way, na kapag tapos na bumoto yung ating botante, makikita nila doon na may nakalagay pa na see at the back or tingnan yung nasa likod.
Huwag na tayong magpapabudol. This is the reminder of Hugot Queen Angelica Panganiban in an advocacy video, not just for a smarter love life, but for the public to vote wisely in the upcoming elections. MJ Marfori with the story.
Kaya sana, ikaw rin, iwasan na natin ang mga manloloko.
Who says all hugots are love-related? Actress Angelica Panganiban, in an advocacy plug, dug deep from her personal experiences with cheaters to remind the public to vote wisely in the upcoming polls.
Kaya ngayong eleksyon sa May 2022, ingat-ingat sa mga tao, kilatising mabuti ang mga manliligaw.
In the video by young public servants, Angelica likened some hopefuls to pretentious suitors. She told voters to carefully examine candidates who are trying to woo them for their votes. Several personalities in the industry have also expressed support to actor Enchong D. This comes as he faces a 1 billion peso cyber libel case filed by Representative Claudine Lim. The actor shared his legal counsel statement on Instagram. Under the post, fellow actors Angel Locsin, Agot Isidro, and ex-on-screen partner Erich Gonzalez have all commented. Enchong has recently posted a 48,000 bail after voluntarily submitting himself to the NBI on Monday. For News 5, MJ Marfori, VR1 News.
Here are the stories to watch out for later today. Vice President Leni Robredo will be visiting the town of Guagua, as well as the cities of Angeles and San Fernando in Pampanga. Meanwhile, Marcos Jr. is set to visit Tacloban. Catch the 2022 presidential aspirants as they face the nation in Panata sa Bayan, the KBP Presidential Forum. This is in collaboration with Kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas on February 4 at 9 a.m. Tune in to Signal TV Channel 250 for HD and Channel 8 on SD. And this is also available on Signal Play. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again later at 9 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.